Hello legend, my name is RemovableSanity, and today I'm reviewing Acre Crisis on the Series X, developed by David Patai and published by Sometimes You. So what is Acre Crisis? Acre Crisis is a first-person shooter and survival horror game. The premise is you play as a member of the Brazilian military police who ventures into the remote Acre region to investigate mysterious deaths caused by wild animals. Upon arrival, the soldiers find themselves cornered and must now escape from a group of hungry dinosaurs. The game boasts an arcade mode, story mode, and a variety of weapon and costume unlocks. First up is accessibility. With regards to accessibility, there is no options available, beside very basic tweaks. There is no subtitle options or controller mapping, but there is an aim assist option. So, should you have hearing, motor or visual issues, this may not be the game for you. Next up is gameplay. PS1 era style games are making a resurgence, and whilst first person shooter versions are not often seen, they are slowly making their way. So I was excited to see what this game could bring to the table in terms of gameplay and style. The game starts with a nice intro screen that introduces to the game modes on offer, which is arcade mode, a wave-based survival mode, and story mode. There is also a nice library mode which showcases off the locations and characters you have unlocked. Entering story mode, you are then told how you and your team are entering a remote region to find out what is causing mysterious deaths. Due to a malfunction, the helicopter you're in crashes and you wake up in said region. With just a pistol, you search for your fellow team members. To your horror, your first encounter with a team member is them being attacked by dinosaurs. Thankfully, you save him and take him to a container where you patch him up and leave him to rest. Saving locations are only found throughout the game within rooms, and it's in these locations you can purchase unique costumes, restock ammo and buy new weapons. You see, dinosaurs that you kill equals money, so the more you kill, the more cash you gain. However, there is a vast number of these out there, and a small pistol will only be able to defeat smaller sized dinosaurs. When out and about, killing said dinosaurs with the right weapons is good, the control system isn't. Unfortunately, the game's control system is clunky, which could be okay if the buttons could be remapped. You see, to fire you need to use the right trigger to slowly raise a weapon and press B to fire it. Sounds fine, until you realise that you have to aim via the right analog stick, which means using the same thumb for firing. Another issue is that you also now have no fingers free to reload, jump or run away. So any shooting involves finding a position far away, standing still, then aiming and firing whilst the dinosaurs get close and chomp on you. Oh, and if they do, they also cause your character to get knocked back, stopping said aiming stroke firing action. Combine this with switching to melee weapons via the D-pad and things can get messy pretty quickly. Another frustration is when throwing a grenade. You can't see where it has landed easily, so aiming it carefully so it doesn't bounce back at you is a bit hit and miss. It's a big issue that a lot of people will not take the time to engage with, and it's a shame as there is so much done right here and it is quite a fun title. It hits that PS1 style FPS gameplay on the head, so it's a shame that such a simple thing as button remapping can hinder your enjoyment of it. Next up is graphics. Right from the start screen, the game oozes the perfect PS1 era to a T, and just brings about that lovely nostalgia feeling from us older gamers. It feels like a first-person version of Dino Crisis, and you can see that inspiration in every aspect of the game. One thing to understand is that this isn't actually an open world game, with you being tasked to travel a number of distant various locations to meet fellow survivors and progress the story. However, don't be fooled into thinking you can just wander around this lovely paradise, as the moment you step foot into the jungle, dinosaurs are on you like Jurassic Park. Also, they keep spawning and ammo is limited. It soon becomes a need to run to your next location rather than fight. Visually, the game's draw distance is limited, keeping everything under a haze from a certain distance. Even so, pop-in is still common, but in a strange way, actually works to the game's nostalgic style that ends up keeping you on your toes as a dino pops up in the corner of your vision. Speaking of dinos, there is a nice variation to them, from omnivores to carnivores, all minding their own business until you make the fatal error of crossing paths. Lighting is also well done, with your flashlight illuminating enough of a distance to see where you are going, but limited to ensure that dinos always seem to pounce from the shadows. Another great touch is that outside of combat, the HUD's UI disappear, leaving only a compass for a more engaging experience that I really wish more games would try. Unlockable weapons and costumes are also a great variation, with items like lightsaber or katana to pizza girl or cowgirl, just a simple click of your hard-earned coins away. This also plays into the arcade mode, with all coins earned there being carried over to the main game, allowing you to grind for coin if you want to be overpowered. Everything here just oozes the right amount of retro aesthetics that makes the game an enjoyable experience. Yes, the story is a little on the cheesy side, but this is still an enjoyable experience from a clear fan of the genre. Next is sound. When it comes to the music, the game favours using this sparingly, with only really appearing during cutscenes to ensure that the scene is conveyed properly. A blend of orchestral and piano scores frame these scenes whilst letting the story be the centrepiece. This is because the game does not have any voice work, with in-game chat, stories and cutscenes being conveyed with text. The game's majority of sound is based on jungle noises and dinosaurs' growls and hisses as you make your way through it. This is superb and truly captures the intensity and uneasiness of walking about an unknown landscape. Birds and wildlife sounds blend nicely with distant hisses and deep growls, making you paranoid of where the next attack will happen. Battles and weaponry sounds are also equally superb, with the retro style being impactful and deep. Just like how the sound is used with cutscenes to convey a deeper tense atmosphere, the weapons sounds in the middles of roars and claw attacks combine to be an enjoyable melody. My recommendation here would be a good quality soundbar to really enjoy the uneasiness of this landscape that you are exploring. And this leads me on to the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of avoid, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for Acre Crisis is on sale. This is a game that does so much perfectly in terms of getting the 90s PS1 era replicated, but falls short in my opinion on the controller side, which I believe will put people off enjoying this truly unique game. The game is currently priced on Xbox at £8.39, or approximately $10, and depending on your skill and patience would give you about 3 hours to complete the story. Whilst there is no New Game Plus, the arcade mode and various weapons and costumes to unlock will keep you going for at least another 3.5 hours. This game had so much going for it that unfortunately it's hugely hindered by its button placements. If button remapping is added, this would be easily elevated to a great purchase, and one I do hope the developer patches in ASAP. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.